How you doing, sir?
Doing good. Travis Williams, outside linebacker, Southeast
Yes,
Falcons. A lot of excitement around this team right now.
Yes, sir.
What's got you pumped up? What's got you motivated?
The crowd, like our fan section is amazing.
Is that something new? Because we were talking to TJ about that. He said he got like a student section now, backing you guys up, getting into the games.
Yeah.
Is that something that's kind of coming around this year?
Last year they was there, but it wasn't as many. But this year they really went after it.
They all sit one section.
Yes, sir.
What about after the game? They hit the field, or you guys jump up in the stands, celebrate with them any?
Not really. They just they meet us on the field a little bit.
Who kind of got all that started?
I'm not sure. It just happened.
Got any certain students in that student section, friends of yours, you know, that are going to be there every game and going to be cheering you guys on?
Yes, Garrett Wilson. That's one of my favorites. Yeah, and Danielle.
So there's a couple of shout-outs right there for Garrett and Danielle then.
Yes, sir.
Football player, I used to talk to people many moons ago back around football games and maybe playing a game or two here and there. And I would say, boy, I could never hear a fan of this. Can you hear those guys sometimes?
If I'm on the sideline, yeah.
Maybe on the sideline.
But if I'm in a game in action, no, sir.
You block it all out.
Yes,
if
sir.
you're on the sideline, there's another good question. These are all kind of off the side questions. If you're on the sideline, you come out of the game, you're playing defense, offense got the ball there in the field, you're on the sideline watching them. Do you take your helmet off?
No, sir.
Because I've heard about rules before, the coaches say never take your helmet off.
Yeah.
Don't want to catch that because you need to be ready to go in the game at all times.
Yes,
right?
sir.
So you don't take the helmet off then?
No, sir.
Got to get with his outside linebacker, Travis Williams. How do you get up for a game like Southwest? What do you do to get motivated? What do you do to get up for that game?
Stay focused, watch film, and just get ready. Keep your mind ready.
What do you do on the day of the game? Do you go home from school that day if you're playing a home game? Go home and do a few things, take it easy, or do you stay at school and just find a focus room somewhere at the campus of Southeast Guilford, just stay right there glued in?
Our team meets in the field house and we go eat.
I got you. Even you get the team meal even for the home games too then?
Yes, sir.
Where's the team meal end up at?
I forgot the place name. I'm not sure.
One of those pizza places or somewhere
else?
Sir. I'll find out. Got to find out for that. That's going to be one to look into. Toughest game of the year so far for you? What's been the toughest game?
Toughest game has been not Ragsdale, but Southern.
Southern, as far as Southern Guilford goes.
Yeah, stopping Reggie Gillespie.
Yeah, Reggie Gillespie. What, number 35?
25.
25. I knew it was one of the other. That's what we got to memorize these guys' numbers. You're a player, you got to have that number in the back of your mind all the time.
Yes, sir.
What players are you watching out for Southwest? Anybody we can spy in on and look toward for tomorrow night?
That plays for Southwest?
Yeah, Southwest, yeah.
Rick Mack.
Rick Mack?
I think that's his name.
Gotcha. He's a man to watch out for.
Yeah, I think that's the only one we need to look out for.
And he got the quarterback Hensley. Got to watch him a little bit too then.
Yes, sir.
Well, Rick Mack has got his name out there pretty well. You guys are definitely keeping a close watch on him.
Yes, sir.
What does the linebacker do? You're the outside linebacker. You got two inside linebackers. You got the outside linebacker. What is the outside linebacker's responsibility for a big game like tomorrow night's?
Contain the outside. You can't let a fast guy like him get outside of you.
How do you get your read? You're seeing it. How do you get the read to decide if this guy's throwing or they're running? How do you pick that up? You got to pick it up quick because you got to make that split-second decision about whether it's going to be a running play or passing play. How do you pick that up?
Well, if it's twins, like if nobody's touching you, that lets you know it's a pass. But if it's a run, they'll probably try to crack block me or something.
What about the Metro 4A? Who do you see the toughest opponent being this year?
It'll have to be Dudley.
Dudley Panthers?
Yes, sir.
What did you do on that off week? Did you get to go scout a team that week?
Yes, I went to go see Dudley in Hillside game.
What were you impressed with about Dudley?
Emmanuel Mosley. He's a really good football player.
The thing I liked about Mosley watching the game that night, I told someone, I said he does run fast.
Yes,
the thing
sir.
I like about it though is the moves he's got. He's definitely got those moves.
Yes, sir.
Got to watch him close. Got to watch Southwest close tomorrow night too.
Yes, sir.
Next opponent, Southwest Guilford. What is your job going to be against them?
Do my job and just do your job.
How about the defensive line? What kind of emphasis do you put on those guys?
We have a great defensive line. I'm really impressed in them. They're good.
Who are some of those guys up front that are getting the job done?
Victor Barnes, Patrick Mace, Justin Hooks, Devontae Rozier.
You talked about the guys got to stop Rick Mack and also the quarterback Hensley as far as those guys go. How do you get focused in on those guys for the game tomorrow night? As far as getting focused in on a running back or a quarterback or a guy like that during the week of practice, what do you do to get focused in on those guys?
Stay in the film. You just got to stay in the film.
What do you see when you're watching that film on Southwest?
Watching his moves and what he likes to do, and you just got to stop it.
Gotcha. Do you see Southwest being more of a passing team or more of a running team?
I see them being more of a running team. I didn't see them really pass that much.
Talk about your football history. I mean, where did you get started, and how did you come up through the ranks?
Oh, I got started when my dad was in the NFL.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Whoa, look out now. Okay. I had some NFL experience back in the day.
Yes, sir. But I all started playing for Pillar Center.
Oh, for Peeler, okay.
And then I moved out to Southeast District, so I played for the Sharks a couple years.
I got the Sharks written down. I got the Sharks, and did you make that progression from the Sharks to Coach Beasley in the middle school?
Yes, sir.
Had some success there then, too?
Yes, sir.
And then on to the JV team?
Yes, sir.
How'd the JV team, Southeast JVs, do?
We lost our first game, and then we went undefeated from there, and then we lost to Page.
The last game of the year?
Yes, sir.
That's always a tough one. I think you got Page this year, your first conference game.
Yes, our first conference game.
And Dudley the last game.
Yes, sir.
Your dad back in the pros. Who was he with back in the pro days?
He only played 2 years, one with the Raiders and one with the Vikings.
That had to be a lot of fun. What position did he play?
Cornerback.
He was one of the defensive backs then?
Yes, sir.
Interesting. Again, we've got with us here at Shane's Rib Shack, Southeast Guilford football team tonight, on the outside linebacker Travis Williams. Well, it almost be kind of neat to get your daddy here and interview him one week. He still come to all the games, all that support for you?
He's actually one of the assistant coaches.
I gotcha. His first name again?
Tim Williams.
Tim Williams, former Oakland Raider, you say?
Yes, sir.
And
Vikings.
Good ball. Now we got to look him up on the old team rosters from back in the day.
Yes, sir.
Looking over some of the Southeast things, as a linebacker, you kind of think about these Carolina Panther linebackers. You kind of like the Luke Kuechly, a John Beeson, or maybe the Thomas Davis type linebacker?
I'm liking Luke Kuechly.
Oh, yeah.
He's all over the field.
Is that the same way you try to play, too?
Yes, sir.
But you still got the outside responsibility first, like you said.
Yes, sir.
Got Travis Williams with us. Football in Focus, Shane's Rib Shack for a Thursday night. Looking over the college situation, who's your favorite college team? We've got 2 Georgias so far, a couple of Georgia Bulldogs.
I'm not really big on college, but if I had to choose, I'd pick Clemson.
Clemson Tigers? Any favorite players? Anybody down there?
Not really.
Not yet. What about college players? I think the college players should be paid to go to college. They get the tuition, which is their room and board. They get their school paid for, the books paid for, all the travel expenses for the team, all the food, and they're taking pretty good care of get the education. Do you think they should get some money?
I think they already got the money through the scholarship.
Through the college scholarship. What about yourself? You're looking at college for down the road. Is that a plan of attack for you?
Yes, sir.
Any idea where you might be going?
I'm looking forward to A&T, UNC Charlotte, or Winston-Salem State.
Good choices, good possibility. Do you get to go to any of those games?
Not yet. I'm looking forward to, though.
Yeah. Do you have if you narrowed it down, you got the 3 schools. Any among those 3, any favorites right now?
Not really. A&T is one of my favorites.
Gotcha. Well, they're off to a good start, 2-0. Winston-Salem State played in the national championship game last year. Charlotte's got a brand new team. Do you keep up with the South now? Did you keep up with the Southeast guys that were there last year? Some of these guys that gone on to college from your school. Able to follow those guys?
Yes, sir.
What are you hearing about those guys as they go on to college?
Not too much, but I know they're doing good. They're doing well. They're working hard. They're trying to get that starting spot.
What do you think you've learned the most at Southeast since you've been playing football? What have you learned the most about the football game down there?
Working hard to lead you to success.
Gotcha. Now, you talked about your dad. He coaches defensive backs?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Who's the linebackers coach?
Coach Lamena. Coach Lamena.
What can you tell us you've learned from him?
Just do your job. All of our coaches tell us to do our job and everything will be all right.
What do you think the last thing you do before you hit the field? What does that use? Is there like a last-minute preparation thing you do before the game on Friday night?
No, sir, not really.
Any kind of team thing you guys do as far as a team chant, team yell, that type thing?
No, sir. We just all get along and pray before we get.
Have a word of prayer before you hit the field. What about after the game is over? What's the first thing you do when you leave the field after a game?
We all get together and let the coaches say what they got to say, and then we just go from there.
What do you think we talk about Coach Fritz and how the team's improved with the 4-0 record this year? What do you think has led to that improvement? You guys had a good year last year. It wasn't a bad team, like 7-5 overall. Got that playoff win against Durham Hillside. But as far as this year goes, what do you think has led to this steady improvement?
I think think our team this year has a lot more seniors than last year, and Coach Rich has been pushing us way harder.
Yeah, I talked to him in the all season. He said he was about as excited about this team as any team he's ever had in the Southeast.
Yes,
this
sir.
could go on to be one of the best teams you guys have ever had. But most importantly, the big obstacle right now standing in your way is what? Southwest Guilford. There we go. That's the one I'm looking for. Yeah. The Cowboys. What are you going to do to beat these guys? What's it going to take?
Everybody do their job.
And you said again, your job, and you got to do this probably for the entire game. Do you play any offense or just strictly defense?
Just strictly defense.
You got to do this the entire game tomorrow night against Southwest. Your job again?
It's contain the outside. Let nothing outside or behind me.
Is that kind of like let the other guys, let the inside linebackers do their job? You'll take care of the outside?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we got Travis Williams with us with the Southeast Guilford Falcons Football and Focus Change Rib Shack. Travis, good job on your part. How much do you weigh? What's the weight?
Around 185.
185. How tall?
5'9".
You're not that tall, but again, 185 carries a pretty good weight. College hopes are still out there for you, though.
Yes, sir.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Travis Williams with us, linebacker, Southeast Guilford Falcons. Big game tomorrow night against the Southwest Guilford Cowboys. Southeast in the house tonight. Got one more.